What is going on, guys? Big Rye coming at you with the NFL. Let's watch NFL Week 5 Thursday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. I've got a friendly wager on today's game, and somebody told me they think the Seahawks are going to win by 7 or more points, so they wanted to put money down. Unfortunately for them, they didn't know the line was the Rams minus 2.5, so they were big on Seattle. And most of the public is on the Rams, so I'm surprised he wanted to lay a friendly wager on Seattle. But like I said, it is a friendly wager, so that's it. Oh, damn. Zaps is on the Seahawks +3, minus 115. Nice job getting it at 3. I know I've been watching it today. I haven't seen it the last probably 20-30 minutes. It's still 2.5 for me at Pinnacle, but I might be able to get +3 at, like, I don't know, minus 120 type of thing. Tony teased the line to Hawks +8.5 over 48. And Josh Allen looks like the emojis first in the chat. But how are you guys tonight? Hopefully you guys are looking forward to this Thursday night game. This division has just been gangbusters. It's been absolutely bonkers to start the season. And I got to keep my eye. I'm sure Fat Guy will be popping up anytime soon. No Chris Carson tonight. I don't think it matters too much. I'm curious actually who the backups are in Seattle. Let's take a look. Seahawks depth chart. Alex Collins, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer. So Alex Collins can get it done for them. And then Homer, more of a receiving back. DJ Dallas, 5'10", 217, so he can get it done in between the tackles as well. Pretty much the same height and weight as Alex Collins. Travis Homer, a lot smaller, 200 pounds. They're going to be just fine. All three of those guys have NFL experience and have been with the team. They've all been drafted by the team, which is actually super, super interesting. But no, Alex Collins was drafted by the Seahawks, but then he was waived, went to Baltimore, and came back to Seattle last year. Was on the practice squad, interestingly enough. I'm going to take a look at the betting market. Thanks for reminding me, Jackson. We've got 60,000 bets have been placed so far, so probably still another 10,000 to come in. Will be around 70,000 for this game. 73% of bets are on the Rams, 68% of the money on the Rams, 51% of the bets have been placed on the over, 60% of the money has been placed on the over, 75% of money line bets have been placed on the Rams, and 64% of the money has been placed on the Rams money line. Let me just update the lines for this game. Minus 114, 103, 53.5, minus 106, minus 105, minus 134, 121. Okay, we are up to date. Let me take a look at what the market is telling us here. So with the Seahawks or the road team having only 27% of spread bets, they've been good for 55% against the spread and 61% against the spread. On closing lines, 11-7 in 18 games, which favors Seattle. Jackson, I will be posting this in the Discord so you can take a look as well. Let's see if I can get there. LA Rams at Seattle. So it's looking like a spread play for Seattle. I know Mickey has said it. I feel the same way, that I'm looking more for Seattle at 3. I'm pretty sure that's what Zaps has. Seattle +3, minus 115. Mickey doing his best impression. All we can do is our best impressions when it comes to Edith for tonight. Hey, Mud, how are you? Evening, gents. Mud's on the Seahawks money line. Zap's a lot of Rams support. Yeah, that is a lot of Rams support.
Is that scrunchy in your hair?
It is. I don't remember
Larry King having one of those.
Hey, I'm new age. I had this in, and my grandma came to visit, and like it's my wife's. I just grabbed it, put it in because I needed it for necessity, and I forgot. Like, you don't know when you have it on, right? Like, it's just you put it on, it's on.
You could say anything.
And my grandma came up to me and whispered in my ear, like, "Do guys wear that now?" And I said, "No, Grandma. It's just me."
Well,
it's not exactly a masculine product.
No, well, things that there's no labels anymore. Come on, Big Fry. It's 2021, right?
Yeah. There's not it's more of a friendly bet, but someone decided to bet me Seahawks -7.
At even money?
Essentially. It's not for money, but it's a 50-50 prize at the end.
Well,
so Tony's highlighting that the Rams are also terrible against the run, and on the flip side, though, Seattle has been bad against the pass according to EPA per play. But both teams are very, very even when it comes to their rankings. The Rams are slightly more favored as far as EPA per play on offense and defense. But the market is clearly favoring the LA Rams. I'm probably going to be doing a play on Seattle, but I'm going to wait till kickoff and see if I can get a better price than 2.5. I don't think it's going to happen, so we'll see how this market unfolds as the last few thousand bets come in on this game. Fat guy, what are you on any sides tonight?
Yeah, well, it's lopsided. Most of my customers are on the Rams. Yeah. The big boys, the big ones are on the Seahawks, though, so I have exposure on the Seahawks at multiple pricings. So I actually ended up, they bet bad lines. I have Rams at +110, +2.5 is about the consensus line I have.
That's nice. That's a nice.
So, and then I have Seattle +110 on the other side. So, one shouldn't say that. One standard bet got in at -105. So it's been good. It's yeah. So I'm actually expecting my phone to go off here. So I'm gonna, yeah. So it's good. It's good for. I don't care what happens. Well, I'd prefer the Rams to win. Let's put it that way. I like the Rams too. So
I actually think the Seattle at +2.5 is better in this case.
I think it's close. Yeah.
It's tough. 2's not a very key number, but 1 has become more prominent. It's not super key. I'm just going to pull up the score distribution. So road teams winning by 1. Push frequency is 1.5. Actually, road teams winning by 2 is 3%. So the difference between that is 4.5%, which is not going to make the difference up between +115 and even. I don't know if I have the math all correct in my head with some of this, but
it's not quite there. It's close. I tend to like the there's a tying is also a thing too, which is very small, but it's still possible. Even is still nice juice. That's a good. I like that line. 115 is it's tough. I don't think there's a wrong answer there.
Fat Guy and I did some we're starting to peel back the onion on this data, which is super nice. I feel like we've been teasing this for years, but today we actually got to sit down.
That was really, we had made some headway today.
Yeah, and one of the I don't even know which point I was going to make, but because we found so many interesting things today.
Of stuff today.
And middling is so interesting. Middling is what did we find out? 9.6% of games over the last season. You could have hit a middle in. Like that's a high percentage of games that it was possible.
We're releasing
to hit
a video for the membership. We might not want to give away those.
Well, we're not going to go into all the details.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it's very interesting to know that there has been middling opportunities in.
Not opportunities, middling successful middles in almost 10% of games.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, that is insane.
It's a lot more complicated than that, but that is factual.
But the thing that sucks with this game is that 3 is the most key number. So getting Seattle plus 2.5, it's just like, it sucks, but I think it's still better than the juice at plus 115 on the money line, because I think there's a better chance than between plus 115 and even of it landing where the Rams win by 1 or 2 points.
It's a weird game because I was like so jacked on the Chargers, but I like the Rams. I think just from an anecdotal perspective, I think the Rams are a better team than the Seahawks, like by a reasonable margin. But like, you know what I mean? If I was on the other side of the counter, it'd be tough for me to bet on either team, to be honest. It really would.
Yeah.
Like if I got 3, I'd take Seattle. 2.5, I'd lean Rams, but I don't love it. And I don't want to pay juice. 100% I'm not paying juice. So it's just kind of like, it's right there for me. It's right there for me. I'm indifferent.
And like I talked about the EPA per play, like the Rams are better both offensively and defensively according to that ranking. Not much, like it's not a huge gap. Like I think offensively the Rams were like 3rd and Seattle was like 6th, and it was pretty much the same on defense. I think Rams were like 21st and Seattle was 24th. So it's not like a huge gap between these two teams. It's tough. Like I feel like a lot of the handicapping for this game pretty much comes down to what do you think the home field advantage is for Seattle? Because that to me is one of the toughest questions to know, because they've been really good at home, and I don't know where to set home field advantage at right now for a lot of teams, a lot of games. I don't feel confident saying, is it 3? Is it 3.5? Is it 4?
As Mortal Kombat.
It's tough. It's tough. Do they have a home field advantage at all?
Well, if anyone does, they're one of them. Jackson, if the other line is still at even and this one's at plus 120, it's a no-brainer. You take the plus 120. Like you just got 5 1/15ths added, And then when's the last time Stafford played a meaningful game in Seattle with Seattle fans at full throat? I don't recall the last thriller between Seattle and Detroit in Seattle. Holy, this is a boxing co-promotion. He looks a little mild. Tyson Fury, man, he's a big guy.
He's humongous.
He's got 2 inches on me. I'd be like, I don't even know.
It'd be huge. Like me looking at you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the equivalent.
Yeah.
Zap said he has Houston minus 4.5, minus 107 for college football. Closed at 6.5. That's so nice.
6. That's good CLV. I almost think we don't have the data. I wonder what like the how key 5 and 6 are in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and college football, it's just gonna be like there's gonna be some similarities because it's still football. Like you still have field goals, touchdowns, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we don't have the data though.
The variance has to be way higher. Like it's got to be much more of a spread. I have to believe. Like maybe not between like top teams, but I don't know. That's we're still working on the NFL. College football, like this is what the problem is for Fat Guy and I right now, is that Like for college football, there's like 80, 90 games. So we have to track all that data for all those games. And it's a lot. I think it's like, I have like 30 different data points I need to track for. So it just ends up being a lot. And then if we get behind it all, it means that you have to go back and do it week after week after week. And I only have like weeks 1 and 2 for college football.
600 entries.
Yeah, it ends up being a lot. 600 times 30 entries is what, 18,000, something like that. Like it ends up being a ton of work. So just trying to find that balance between tracking the data and being able to like do things like we did today with the NFL, like looking in and actually using the data that we have for stuff. So it's tough. We got to figure out a way to continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn a little bit of R, and if we have to pay for automation, so be it. But it's the product is moving in the direction we want to, and I think today for me was an eye opener at how powerful the data Big Rye has been combing over these years. Because I got an answer to a question I wanted in like 5 seconds, which is I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to take me all day to figure out.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you put in all this time, and then when you actually need to know it, you save the time, right? It's a trade-off.
Yeah, but that never happens in anything. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'll set this up so it'll be easy later, and then it's another multi-hour problem, and that's not what happened today. I asked you a question that was what I thought was relatively complicated, and I got it very, very, very fast. The answer.
Yeah.
So, and it was fun to be wrong for once. Like my hypothesis didn't seem to pan out. I mean,
but that's why we collect it,
it's hard to
right?
judge right and wrong, right? But it's still.
All right, there's 2 very interesting things here. So Jackson said his book does this weird thing where they'll offer -10, -111 spreads, but occasionally the alternate spread for the same spread is much better juice. That's super, super interesting. And I had a similar thing with the NFL with Pinnacle. They had a line out, and I think it was an OU, and the OU kept moving and moving and moving to a point where I didn't want to take it anymore because I wanted the other side. And then what happened is they put the live line out, and the live line had a better price and juice altogether. So I ended up taking the live line and ended up winning. And I just found that so bizarre because like literally I was sitting there watching, and like the game hadn't started, and they just switched it from like the regular betting to live betting, and for some reason there was something that was wrong with it.
Pre-game interface to regular. Yeah, that's so amazing.
Zaps
though.
Is interesting. Go ahead. No, I want you to tackle this because I know where you're going to go with this one.
The sample's not big enough. 120 bets is nothing. You're going to -17% is hard for a bad bettor to do. Do you know what I mean? And if you've got CLV like at this rate, I wouldn't worry about it at all. So Zaps I think you know the game. Zaps is pretty on the money on this types of stuff. So just ride it out. I don't need to get more complicated than that.
Well, the other
not
thing,
a large enough sample, you will regress.
Yeah, like in a good way. Yeah. I want to just highlight 2% closing line value over that many games is unreal. That's so strong. So congrats, and I'm glad that you're tracking that because that's not something that the average bettor is doing, and the average bettor is losing. So that's how you make money over the long term.
Exactly how you do it. Jackson, that's glad to hear. I don't know. Obviously, we're open to collabs with some of our
any help, anything that we can get, because
especially from someone like you, by the way.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. We'd love to peel the curtain back for you, because we definitely we're such laggards in the automation department, right?
Yeah.
So.
BetStamp?
Yeah,
okay,
BetStamp's awesome.
I'll check it out. I haven't seen it. It sounds like Fat Guy has.
Yeah, I use it for BetStamp. Oddly, has like it loads odds faster than like the websites themselves. Like when you're using a mobile, right? Like Bet365 and Pinnacle. Pinnacle doesn't have a mobile app, so BetStamp. I follow some of the pundits too. BetStamp allows you to track your bets and tell you. It gives you pretty much, you can get custom statistics on your bet. It's a bit like Action Network has something like that as well, and Bet Minds I think had it, or I can't remember that other one. Wager Minds, that's what it was. I think that was the original one. So it's a bit similar like that. I like BetStamp for how quickly it returns odds. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That it looks really, really good. I'm gonna save this.
Yeah,
and look into it. Thanks for letting us know, or letting me know about it. It sounds like Fat Guy already was familiar. And Mickey answers the question that I had earlier. What's the Hawks' home field advantage? He says 1 point for a division game, which there's nothing that anyone's going to say.
Hard to argue that.
Anything between like even and 3 where I'm going to be like, you're wrong. Like to me, any answer's right. Yeah, like every time I don't know, every time I've tried to use R, it just feels very overwhelming. Like I can't even get the thing to start. Never mind do what I need to do. Or maybe I'm thinking of, I don't know. I've done so many different things like that, and it just
Python was a lot easier for me than R, and by easier meaning I could get it going. Like you know. And the language seemed a little bit similar, I guess. So I don't know. Still we're weird. I wish we paid more attention to that when we were younger. I wish we knew how big this is, right? But
yeah, well, it's what I find interesting for you and I is that for the stuff that we do, we already have such a very large base of things that we know and do, and just weird expertise that eventually you're going to reach holes. And our biggest hole is the very technical programming type side of things.
I wouldn't know any of the other stuff I know, so I guess you have to trade off there. That I like, Jackson.
Yeah,
heavy adoption's really good. And, most of my education came from the street, and I don't regret it, to be honest. It's so weird. It's a better university about real life, so.
Howie's got the Rams by 9. Greg has the Rams by 7. Michael Strahan has the Rams by 3.
No.
We have all 3 pundits that I've seen so far.
Jay Glazer's
the Rams.
The one. They didn't ask Jay Glazer, the gambler?
No, they left him out.
Of course
Probably they knew that everyone's been making too much money off everyone picking one side and them losing.
Sure, that's it.
The books demanded that Glazer couldn't get a pick.
They have so much pull.
NFL has been the polar opposite, plus 23% ROI through 4 weeks. Very weird, but both.
Yeah, that's exactly what will happen, right? It's good, though. You have, it's just so weird how that happens, right? Because they're just different samples. Like, you're going to see variety of results.
I'm not, if I had to pick, I'd be on Seattle, but I wanted it 3, so I'm just not going to. I'm not going to force it. If I see it get to 3, I'll take it. Like if I wanted to tease it up to 3 right now, I'd have to get it at -122, which is just too much.
That's very interesting. Last year, remember they started that guy John Warford, and then because Jared Goff had a broken thumb, and then Jared Goff came in and they still won. On the road, wasn't that a weird game?
That was strange. One of the rare scenarios where a guy was suited up for emergency case only and actually had to play an emergency. Yeah, Dan, it is a scrunchie. Would you be surprised? Dan, a friend of mine, I don't think he's surprised at all. It's pretty much on brand for me.
Whatever. You're just a fluid. You're a fluid whatever.
What juice would I take them at 3? Probably -110. I know that's asking a lot, and that's probably why I'm not going to make a play on this game, and that's not there's nothing mathematically correct about what I'm saying.
What's the alt line at?
Which one?
I'm going to look right now. I've been using this tab grouping thing, and it's like revolutionized my my life.
I can see anywhere from like on the Seattle side from +4.5 to -1.5. So
Three's -118.
yeah, for me it's -123.
-145, where it's -140 on Pinnacle.
Yeah, I'm seeing
+3.5.
-146, -145 now. Yeah, and then Mickey brings up another good point. Like if something happened right now to push that line up to 3, it's also like, oh, what do people know that we don't?
This is a refreshing conversation, because think about like what we're doing and what people in a bar do. Who's gonna win? We're arguing over like points at what juice point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's just like we're sitting
That's how
here.
it works. It's how it works.
We're sitting here like we're not arguing, but we're all discussing like, you know, a difference of like 0.7%.
But that's everything.
Exactly. Yeah, +3 -115. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like I'm just being super
It's -118 and it just came off. It was -118 at close.
Yeah, I see that. So it's moving towards there. Like right now I could get +3 -114.
Holy Pete Carroll got a gash. And now we have the game.
You also like you lose out a little bit of juice value, at least betting live, but I also feel like some of the plays that happen and how stuff moves. I know this is something Fat Guy's been kind of tracking in his head, and something I've been watching along with the games, just seeing what live lines are like, because I feel like there is opportunity to make plays in game, but they can't be like emotional, right? Like I've made the mistake in the past where I've made emotional bets in games, and that's how you lose fast.
It's like the only time you ever made a mistake.
Gambling. Oh yeah, and it was bad. Like it was really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a tough mistake to learn.
We liquidated some bankroll there. It was a good day.
Yeah.
It was so worth it though. I'd pay that money 10 more times for that to happen.
Long term it's been great. But that's sometimes lessons are expensive.
Yeah, you never did it again though. I on the other hand have a much more expensive approach in having to learn many, many, many times.
Jake Jacobs puts the line at -250 that he's cupped the F up right now. I'm gonna
cup up, bros.
I'm gonna join JA in the chat and add that. I took Henderson to score at -105, also on my fantasy team. Well, good luck, Josh. I hope that works out.
I'm a Whitworth fan.
17 parlay is on Seattle in the under.
It's a funny name, at least.
Oh, Christina Pink. Got to do some lip reading here and have no clue. We got a
talking about Quandre Diggs. I'll have to interpret
nice.
a bit, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. The Fat Guy and I received a copyright strike last stream for thanks to Edith something and Sony Music Group. So shout out to Sony Music Group.
Do you want to get us another one?
Yeah. Jackson said 17 parlays are greater than 2-team teasers.
Probably. I don't know. Depends.
What a interesting start. Yeah, Mickey, no kidding. Like at least over the past sample of 333 games, like I've bet 2 over-unders and I'm 1-1.
Okay, I hate to break it to you guys. I did say for years how hard NFL totals are hard to beat, and I'm being vindicated right now. Loving it.
Jackson said, I wonder if you could build a 7-team correlated parlay. You definitely could, but it would be...
Oh, week 17 you could. 100% you could do it. In soccer, you could do it too.
I think you can
World
do
Cup
it.
round robin.
Well, I think you could do it with like if you could bet on all stuff in one game. I don't like it so
Yeah,
much when
those
it's
bet
like
builders.
multiple
Yeah,
games, but and a lot of places aren't going to let you do that kind of a parlay. I know
yeah, they
you
do
can't.
it at these like, crazy bad odds.
Rams are
Oh,
going
Rams up
hurry up.
tempo.
So the biggest thing I'm worried about from a handicapping perspective, at least after their first 4 games, is the just the Rams being able to pass at will on Seattle.
I think there's a chance if you get protection like that. This isn't exactly a great pass rushing team.
No,
Like
they've been. I think they're second last in one of the EPA stats for pass defense. So
yeah, but I think that a lot has to do
with the pass
with
rush,
pass rush.
yeah.
You don't have a pass rush. It doesn't matter how good of a secondary you have. It means absolutely nothing. That's a nice tackle by Bobby Wagner. It's I don't know. I'd be passing a lot here too. Like I hardly ever advocate for passing, but this just seems like a team that's like look what they have up front. Look how heavy those guys are. They're not going to get there fast. And who the Havenstein and Whitworth? It's not exactly a group that's going to beat it.
I think I have Henderson playing in fantasy. I think I'm playing Untouchable this week. NFL ranks 32 in rushing, 28th in passing, 32 overall. I'm guessing that's yardage that they go off of.
Yeah, that's
usually
yardage
that
is a shitty stat.
Hey, well, I don't know. According to this broadcast, it might be a next gen stat.
Oh, nice.
Incomplete here.
Zap's a little bit ahead of us. Oh. What's the live line? I'll let Big Rye take that.
Live line's currently down, so it's probably mid punt right now.
No problem, Zaps. Just wait like 5 seconds after you write that, if you don't mind. Because how could you know though, right? Hawks minus 15.
It's 2.5, but the money line's pretty much even. OU's at 50.5, so it's come down since opening.
Man, I'm such a cynic. I root for fumbles so much. Like,
sorry, the live line is Seahawks minus 2.5, but it's at plus 113, and the money line's even at minus 108 on both sides.
man, there's so many like weird hedge opportunities. Like, I always I don't know, but then like fundamentally, I'm like, why pay juice twice? But then like, I don't know. It just I feel like it looks easier than it is, but again, that's what's so scary about it, right? And probably why people fall into a trap. So I've never actually done it, right? I've never done live betting ARB.
Well, you can probably get really, really good arbitrage stuff by betting early lines where you think there's value, and then waiting for like arbitrage opportunities betting live.
There's more of those when you're on this side when you're on the other side of the counter, like to hedge a bit. Like, because I've had stuff where the other, like in a tennis match where the other opponent is like 22-1, and then they've come back too, right? Mm-hmm. Like in tennis, there's more. Maybe not any sport, tennis in particular, games that aren't time dependent. Do you know what I mean? So what happens is too, like why you see more 22-1s come out of it is because it's not just one match. It's thousands of line shifts Do you know what I mean? Over one match. So you're just going to see that more often, right?
Oh, hell yeah. They're going for that 5-star Jets Atlanta Hawks
Atlanta,
game.
yeah.
So I was talking about it with a fat guy. I don't even know if I'm going to be up to do the market for that game. So I'd have to be up at like 6 a.m.
No one's going to hate on you if you don't.
And I'm unsure yet.
As you take my hand and lead me to the dance floor.
Hey, as the music dies. Oh, we just got a copyright strike from the grave. George Michael hit us.
Oh, that did he, yeah.
I know one for sure. Bets tennis.
I don't bet tennis yet, but I'm getting there. I'm accumulating data. Oh, I saw another wow. I don't know if this is good or bad.
I'm hoping it's about the George Michael stuff, but hey, that's just me. I do.
Nice completion.
The
You do have to have
NFL Sunday becomes such a long day for Fat Guy and I because we watch all the games and then we make the video and then we still have stuff to do after the video to get it out. So it just ends up being a very, very long day. Oh, you gotta have faith.
Bet early lines, that sort of thing. There's all sorts of stuff.
Actually, one of the only times I've run into an NFL fan, like outside of North America, I was in Ireland and I met a Carolina Panthers fan. Really nice guy. A really nice guy and his dad. Jackson says in Ireland he'd say so. Yes, Mickey. Probably similar level to the UK. Lots of Pats fans because of the Celtic heritage in Boston. It's interesting.
Celtic. He has 9 TDs and 0 interceptions. That's impressive. I thought that catch was
It's bobbled.
the ref was right there though.
3rd and 3 here for Seattle.
Better than me.
They tried to.
You might be in trouble here. Is there a flag? Okay. I want to see. I didn't know. Like, it's so hard to tell like what a flag is. How does he get there so fast?
I was just thinking the same thing.
How does he get there so fast?
That was unreal from Aaron Donald.
That's why you're the best defender in the league. I almost said of all time, but it's got to go Lawrence Taylor and then him.
Well, they probably ran that play to the side that they went to because he was on the other side and he still
that wouldn't
got
happen.
there. And like that play was designed to give Wilson more time, but it really cut off the amount of space they had to work with on the field and just didn't work out.
I almost find it nerve-wracking when they catch the ball. Like, I don't know. I feel for the guy because there's like all the other teams surrounding. Like nothing can go good, go well. Like either you catch it and no one cares, or you're a total like dunce. You know what I mean? It's just like such a difficult spot. They probably should, Jackson. They probably will when they get an NFL team in London, which is inevitable. I'm guessing 4 or 5 years. We have heard of Odds Jam. I'll let you take this one, Big Rye.
I got to look at it because I don't remember off the top of my head.
You don't remember?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm, if I'm not mistaken, Fat Guy, Odds Jam actually reached out to us at one point.
They did.
We've had
We've had a lot.
Fat Guy and I have had a surprising amount of stuff like that reach out to us. We just had another one. It reached out to us the second time, and we've said no every time just because it's never been something that we truly believe in, and we're not here to like shill just to get a couple extra bucks. It doesn't really fit with what we're trying to do.
Like we have the membership if we want to, you know what I mean? Like it'd be one thing if it was Pinnacle, like a book we actually love. Do you know what I mean? But like because we use and like the product. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of these, like we asked there was a daily fantasy company. We asked the Juice, and it said first I asked them what their hold was, and they said it was competitive with the industry, and I'm like, that's not a number. And then they said it was like 11 to 19%, and then I didn't respond back after another email. How could we purport to be sharp bettors, or at least attempting to find, you know what I mean, sharpness, let's call it, and then endorse something that charges 18% rate? You know what I mean? It's completely hypocritical, right? So
the other thing I love, sorry to cut you off, is like I feel like everything's like commission stuff too. Every time I see that, I'm like laughing. Like, we're gonna so you get your name out there to, however many people watch a video, and then no one's gonna sign up. So what's the point? And
what is the point?
There's no value in it.
In sports betting, Jackson, way lower than that, but in daily fantasy, something like that.
Daily fantasy is usually about 15%.
He would have gone out really far. Like, he would have gone out really far. I think he would have done better.
That was a really, really difficult catch. I think that was Robert Woods.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with the new numbers.
I don't even know if he's the best. Cooper Kupp's so good.
I don't know if there's correlation, but usually you can pretty much use a site like Fantasy Pros just to see where these guys are all ranked, and usually one of the other guys ranked a little higher.
Yeah, I think Kupp's higher because of touchdowns. I would imagine that Woods has slightly higher edge on yards.
It's also so interesting because like certain players are going to be better in certain schemes or teams.
Yeah, that's such a big thing.
Like I was looking at it just recently. I don't look at it that often, but DeAndre Hopkins on like flex was like in the 20 to 30 range, and I'm thinking like this guy's probably the best receiver in the game, and he's, just the opportunity isn't there that it used to be.
Nice run.
Yeah, scrunchie manufacturers would probably be better off. I think we'd have more luck getting people to buy scrunchies from us than
we would
take advice to join any gambling site.
Like I said, the Pinnacle, that would be considerable. The product is good.
Well, we already talk about Pinnacle.
We talk
pretty
about
much every single live stream or video. We talk about Action Network a lot.
There's pros and cons to Action Network, though. Yeah. Like the product is good. At the price point, it's not perfect, though. There's a lot of gripes we have about it, and it's under new management, so there's that.
Yeah.
Nice job. And I'm a fan of these. I like these like Rams tier 2 receivers. Do you know what I mean? Like I find them.
They just have very good football players, and like Hunter Renfrow is a great example of that. Like Hunter Renfrow has been balling out this year. Like no one's gonna say he's one of the best receivers in the league, but he has played so well. Terry McLaurin's another guy. Like he's starting to get more clout because he's putting up such big numbers, but like the guy is.
I think people are noticing though that like there's a conflation. There's not like being a big time receiver isn't that much different, right? Why did they run that play? That was such hot garbage. I don't understand that play. It's like the second time they did it. You're running from such a bad angle, right? I get it. You have to beat a corner, but like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but it's easy for us to say, hey, I don't
Yeah, of
understand it
course.
when it doesn't work out. So
Yeah. Be armchair quarterbacks. Yeah, Jackson is a lot closer to 4%.
Zap's hitting it on the head here. The
Yeah.
NFL is spoiling London with Jets, Falcons, and then Jags, Dolphins the next week. That's like, could you imagine if they did that for like EPL? Like they come
Here?
to New York, and
Norwich. We're seeing Norwich, or
I have to look up the table to really, it'd be like
Stoke.
Norwich City and Southampton. That's what it would be.
Southampton actually has a fan base, though. I'm trying to think of like
Watford,
even relegated
Leeds,
teams.
Burnley, Newcastle.
Burnley,
like Newcastle's second last.
Newcastle has a following though.
Yeah.
Like you got to remember, these teams are like over 100 years old, right? So there's a bit more.
I'm all about Brentford because of the corrupt FM. Well, that's just me.
Yeah, Leeds have a good following, absolutely. Well, Leeds was a powerhouse in what, the 60s? So, and that's also too, that's Wayne Rooney's first club, I believe, and last.
Yeah,
it's Swansea.
It is a really nice start for the OU. I'll take a look and see if 46.5. Like, considering this was oscillating between 53.5 and 54.5, like, just comes down so much. And then there's the argument to make, like, has it just fallen this much because there hasn't been a score? Like, is there value now at 46.5 to take the over? I don't know. Has it come down enough? Lots of interesting questions. Like, live betting is, like, the juice sucks, but there's probably the most opportunity to live bet if you can get, like, the science behind it.
Mostly Pinnacle. I don't, like I said, like the odds I offer are Pinnacle. I don't actually bet tennis. I've been studying it's probably the next adventure I'm going to dip my toe in. I kind of like it. I like that there's no time limit. Like, you have to actually beat the person. I think there's regressional performance for that isn't linear. Like, it's different from player to player. I feel like some players, and then the live betting uses linear odds at different junctures for sets, and I feel like some players give up on sets. So I'm really interested in tennis. I think there's a lot of opportunity, like a lot. So
I believe that's Collins. That was a nice run from him. He's run really well. He's had really good games in the NFL.
For a guy that's like a fringe player, this is another. He's a good argument for why it doesn't matter really, like, who's running the ball. Like, obviously, you'd rather have Carson, but what's the skill gap? 6%, 7%, and at the very top, what? 15?
It's more about, like, it's not even like a skill gap. It's more like knowledge versatility gap. Yeah. Like, in knowledge, I mean, like, what can, like, if they go out there and can they use their whole playbook while you're on the field?
Yeah. But then that like makes things like players like Barkley to a degree puzzling. I say that, and he got a receiving touchdown, I believe, to win the game. And Fournette in particular, right, as high draft picks, right? Like, McCaffrey's almost forgiven, right? Even though you and I hated that draft pick, it's almost forgiven, right?
Well, it's like that's the minimum. Like, that's what you need.
Yeah,
that's
the minimum. That's so funny.
If you're gonna take him there. That's the tough part.
Yeah,
just
and like, how hard is
so many
it
other valuable positions,
and then you got to pay him. Same joke every week, but we have to point it out.
I threw on like one of those like ESPN like shows for like 3 seconds, and I saw they were just talking about If Darnold can play like this and McCaffrey gets back, they'll start winning games. It's like,
oh my goodness.
it was so tough. So tough.
I wonder what the flag's on. They called holding defense.
Williams pulled him and like pulled his shoulder there, but I don't know.
My goodness.
It's how the NFL is being called right now.
Couldn't they have called hold? Like, I don't. So tired of those. I'm so tired of those. And it was 3rd and 10. Like, that's the win probability changed on that is like pretty substantial. It's really unfortunate. We've seen way worse game killers. Look how vicious Donald is. I love it. We've seen way worse game killers, but it's just so annoying. I hate those ones. Oh, Tony's tipping off a wow.
Special play by Russell Wilson.
How do you hold on to that, too? I think he went head first into that defender. That's crazy. He really got out of dodge there. Oh, Sebastian Joseph Day. I think that's who it was. Almost had him. Oh, man. That was a violent collision.
That's another thing. I saw so much focus on how, like, with Donald and Ramsey, all of a sudden this defense is really, really good. And it doesn't seem like they've collectively played well as a group. And I wonder how much of that they're missing Staley as the or the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's definitely, I would played into it, I would think. But it's also a sample of how do I put this? There's 4 games. It's just I don't know how else to. I was gonna go on like a tangent, and then I'm like, no, I better reel it back here before this play.
3rd and 2. This is a big play for Seattle.
Should be 4 down territory though, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 though in a long 2.
I don't really like the play calling on offense by either team so far.
No, it's Rams. It's some confusing running plays and just not open. It looks like they're going for it. They're going to at least line up.
I would prefer them, as I have exposure against the Seahawks, I'd prefer them to kick the field goal, but
this is also one of those spots where you can line up and do like a hard count and just take a timeout at the last second if you really don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's a waste of a timeout, though.
They're running the ball here on 4th and 2, and it's going to get stopped.
That's nice. That's a nice... No flag, no flag, no flag, no flag, no flag, no flag, no flag. Okay, good. Dylan, he called me along too. Are you guys finding this
upset about that play call? That's
I mean, I don't know. I found him pretty. I don't really like either team's play calling, to be honest. But it's easy to say there's no points, so then, I'm being very results based. But I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. That couple of those Rams runs look really stupid, and I didn't really like that one either. Yeah.
I'm laughing because there's been so many times where like, why don't you just run the ball in this scenario? And then they ran it, and we're all like, what are they doing?
No, it was a long two though, and it just I don't know.
Wilson is like in this weird spot where he's like still athletic enough to get things done, but I like almost don't expect it anymore.
He already did one. He got out of dodge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the under's 42.5. That's a pretty big discrepancy from the 53.5 that it closed 53? At. I think I'm going to grab a snack while we wait for this ball to turn over.
I like Big Rise Larry King background. It's funny. Yeah, depending on the juice, Mickey, I agree. Hey, medium rye. What's it feel like being 4-0, bro? Heavy is a head that wears the crown. I'm on the other side. I'm all right with it. Nice run. I like my team, Jackson. I got to be honest. Number 1 fantasy running back, Derrick Henry. Number 2 fantasy running back, Austin Eckler. Number 1 fantasy quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. I have all 3. Hard to beat. Yeah, I didn't like that. It's not that they called a run. It's that the run was at like the best defensive player, in pass rushing and run defense. That's a weird ball. I guess they didn't. You know what? You're supposed to throw that out there because the guy's supposed to just play Deshaun Jackson long. That makes sense. Just didn't work out. That was a nice play by DJ Reed. Hard to be tight coverage on Deshaun Jackson.
I didn't see what safety that was that came in for Seattle, but that guy was not messing around. Number 6 or 9.
Medium rise admitting it. What's really happening in fantasy. Look at this protection. And then look, I can't believe it. I can't believe that was a sack. I thought it was so obvious. Tough.
Well, Stafford he was indecisive at the last second.
Yeah, that's so silly.
I'm wondering if he was indecisive because of the hit. It's hard to tell what was happening down the field from
he made a mistake there. 7 yards too. Ouch. Nice. Is that a first down? Robert Woods is a good player, man. Hey, Jamie, how are you, man? One of my favorites.
What's going on, Bloodbath? What's going on, Jamie? Hey,
Look
that's
at that ball.
all you can do, Bloodbath, is play the teams they line up against you. There's nothing else you can do. Carol must have big money on the under.
Nice.
It looks super easy when Woods gets to go up against a linebacker. But it's what you get when you're playing zone. Just weird.
Yeah, that's one of your arguments against zone defense.
Well, it's just, there's going to be plays where guys get beat on man too. It always just feels so helpless on zone.
If it any consolation, I'm on the Chiefs this week, Jamie.
Yeah, Chiefs are favorites too.
It should be.
It's a regular season game. Chiefs are at home.
But I heard at the poker table last night, holy, that's clawing his head. I hope those are filed down. I heard so much at the poker table about how bad the Chiefs defense are and how they're not the same team. And in my head, I'm like, these guys, I can't wait for them. So I always do the thing, like, they are playing Buffalo. Buffalo's really good, right? I'd take the Chiefs if I was incentivized. So I ended up getting Chiefs even money last night, which I was very happy about.
That's very excellent.
It's very good, yeah.
Buffalo, Kansas City is just going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I don't believe in Buffalo for whatever reason outside of Josh Allen, but whatever, they're getting it done.
Yeah, on the flip side of the coin, according to analytics, Buffalo's been the best defense in the league.
Yeah,
it helps though when they get to play against Houston as one of those.
Houston with a backup quarterback. Good, nice. What? Carolina was the best defense in the league after they played Houston. Who else did they play? Taylor Heineke, Ben Roethlisberger, which they lost, and I can't remember the other game they had. I like Carolina's D. Nothing wrong with it.
Carolina's D has played really well.
Who's the fourth team that Buffalo played? Losing my mind. Oh, it is Miami. Yeah, I think you're right, John. Yeah, they did play. Yeah, they did play Miami.
Yeah, Mickey brings up the teams they've played against.
It was Houston, not Jacksonville, but tomato. Actually, Houston's far worse on offense currently. Yeah, I think that's fair to say, Jackson.
A rare drop there from Jefferson, but that was also one of those ones where it just wasn't put in. There's no touch on that ball from Stafford.
That could have been a touchdown.
Jefferson said it was his fault. Yeah, he said that's on me.
It hit his hands. Yeah, I had a good day yesterday, Jamie. That's about as far as I can take it. I had a big hand. 9's full of 4s. I had a big one. Oh, I'm seeing wows in the thing. What the
Diggs.
I can't believe that.
That was quite the play. I can't believe he was able to make that catch. And both feet in. That's one of the best defensive plays I've seen this year. Because Stafford's essentially throwing this away.
Clear. Wow.
I don't know what happened with Stafford there. But that's great defense. That's just great.
Oh, my goodness.
It's play.
So bad. Don't expect that. I don't know. If they call that interception back, that's unfortunate.
Why would they call it back?
Well, they were highlighting his feet, so. Well, there you go. It's good. Wow, man. You can't keep giving Russell Wilson chances. It's his third time now. Kick it a can. He's probably going to get points.
Russell Wilson is looking older than I think he should look, to be honest.
Still got 6 yards there.
Russell Wilson is 32.
It's really worked out for Atlanta. Why wouldn't you just chuck it in front of Henderson there? What's the worst that could happen? He tips it upwards? I mean, it's so easy for me to say. Matt Stafford's like a perennial Pro Bowler.
I don't remember Stafford making many throws off the run.
No, I don't.
It was a bad decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know what happened there because it looked like he put touch on that ball to be caught, but there was no one there. So
yeah, and
I don't know if
of all
someone
people
stopped
that
their
can't
route.
throw it away, you know what I mean?
Mickey brings up a good point that he's been running for his life for 5 years, and then John Stacey said, "I missed the fake crowd noise." Said no one ever. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't like my dig at the Falcons either. Not exact. Have the Falcons won a game yet?
I think they won one.
I'm seeing a bunch of wows here.
Interception.
Interception.
Is that Troy Reader?
First interception for Russell Wilson.
It looked like forced by Ramsey.
Yeah.
Able to make the tip on the ball.
Tip drill. Tip drill.
Yeah. One of the better songs from Nelly.
Oh, yeah. Atlanta beat the Giants. Right. Oh, yeah. I did real well in that game. Forgot about that game. Yeah, that Chiefs D is just a well-oiled machine. That's why, when you look at, rookies and then you see how, the Chiefs operate, it's just, I don't know. It's another league. It's weird. And it's not just the Chiefs that have that ability, but they're the best at it. Yeah, I agree with you, Mickey. I completely agree. It's not like how much worse could the defense play? You know what I mean? Or not play. How much worse could the results be, right? You know, if they find some form, that's a crazy good team. So I still think they're favored to win the Super Bowl, even though I think the Bucs overtook them recently. Arizona's making some noise too. I guess they're the last undefeated team, so. Trey Lance starting? I think so. What's the drop off there though, right? Like it might not be that bad because there's stuff Trey Lance certainly does better than Garoppolo, but handling of an offense is totally different.
So if I'm not mistaken, all 5 rookie quarterbacks that were selected in the first round are going to be starting, I guess, going forward. Because Fields and Lance were the only 2 that didn't start the season, and now it looks like they're both in starting roles.
For the Niners, yeah. Real Army Navy.
Who does San Fran play this week?
Arizona.
It's their best chance of winning, right? Keeping possession short, especially again in Arizona. I haven't seen really Lance. I haven't seen enough of Lance.
Trey Lance.
I haven't seen enough of Fields either to know how dangerous both those guys are on their feet.
Fields had a tough day versus Cleveland. Oh, that's crazy. Zaps, anyone who says outside of top 4 is insane. I think the Chiefs are the best team in the league, too. I'm not even I like defense, too. That's the weird thing. Delay a game. Delay a game. Did McVay get a timeout out off?
No. I agree, Zaps. It's just crazy. Like, that's why I was looking at some of the analytics earlier and wondering, like, for EPA per play, like, should there be more emphasis on the offensive rating more so than the defensive rating? Because that's really what it is. Like, the Chiefs are number 1 pretty much on offense and pretty much, like, close to last on defense. So somehow that puts you at around 12 because of those analytics. But there's such an emphasis towards offense and consistency.
Yeah.
It feels like at this point, offenses kind of lead the dance, and it's up to the defense to try to get those stops.
They ran that? What? They ran that on 3rd down? What was the point of that? Why would you do that? Did he forget what down it was?
New age play calling, yeah. McVay was not happy when they came to the sideline, so I don't think that's what the plan was, but maybe they audibled to it.
That was horrible. Why would you audible to that?
That's probably the same question he had.
Oh, my God. I'm so disappointed with this play calling. Reminds me of the Super Bowl Rams performance. Played great on defense. Most boring play calling on offense that was completely picked off.
I think they probably however the defensive line. I'd really like to go back and see that play because I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on.
It's 3rd and 10. It's not like you're gonna go for it on 4th. They don't even do it.
Chiefs are lucky they don't play against Sam Lamarnold this season. The thing with EPA is that it's not adjusted for strength of opponents. People fail to realize that. That's a good point, Zaps. And coaching, it's one thing if you have Mahomes. Another if it's Mahomes plus Reed. McVay trying to out Pete. Time for DK over the top. Open things up a bit. Yeah. It's pretty much what you expect from Seattle, though. It's just like run, huge play, run, huge play, run, huge play.
And somehow no points.
It's the live OU for this game's 37, and it feels like a lot of like both teams have a lot of respect for the other. Like it's like they're kind of playing scared.
Yeah, I'm so shocked at how like the lack of aggressiveness from the Rams. They took one shot downfield to Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
It's been very tentative.
McVay has Henderson in fantasy. Relax. I've got him. I'm pretty sure I've got him starting this week. I have to double check, but it's yeah, Darrell Henderson. He's already up to 3.4 points, so it's been a really good start. I love how they're promoting Nelly's Burger King meal under his real name. If I went and got that, I'd swear I'd ask for the Nelly meal. I'm sure others do too.
Excuse me.
I don't know. Nelly at this point just doesn't seem super culturally relevant. But
why do musicians have their or entertainers have their names on on meals? It doesn't make any sense.
It's just become a new marketing thing.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
I don't get it either, but I don't think it's marketed for men aged 20 to 54 or whatever.
25 to 54 probably.
Yeah. Oh, McVay has Seattle defense, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Stacey said the NFL's riding that struggle bus trying to hype up Atlanta versus the Jets. Sports guy's bags are packed. He's heading out there. When you're making all that money, you can afford to do those things.
Yeah, they're just teasing everything, hitting everything.
Here comes the big play action play
whatever.
from Russell Wilson. And that's got to be PI. Taking the penalty there is just such a bad decision. Like, it's either a guaranteed penalty that you make that, you do what he did.
I don't know if he was beat clean.
He tried to time it, so I get it, but it's just, even if he's wide open there, he still has to make that catch. I know Lockett is good at it, but you still got to make that play. I think it was more probable that he made that catch than he didn't, but it's a 100% chance you're gonna get that foul if you make it.
Yeah.
Jets had 93 defensive plays against Henry last week and now have to travel to London. That's a pretty crazy
tough
stat.
Yeah.
93 plays in a game is hard to do, because that means they had to convert lots of third downs, extend drives, probably penalties, overtime. They keep highlighting players with that stupid animation. No hesitation there from Wilson.
And Metcalf gets there.
Excellent start for people siding with the Seahawks. Mud with the boom. That was Wilson just knew where that ball was going. He made that pass before Metcalf was even out of his break. So nice to see Metcalf improving
little soft on
that
Ramsey.
route tree.
Thought he'd be more aggressive.
That's tough though, right? Like that. It's just good execution, and the offense has a huge advantage. Mud hitting big with the DK first touchdown. I want to know what the odds were. I'm hoping like 7-1 or better.
9-1, yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats, Mud. Hell yeah. DK with that first touchdown. Yeah, live line. At Pinnacle, it's Seattle -3 at -111. That's the other thing, too, that's interesting that Jackson kind of just popped in my head is that you could probably live arbitrage bet live on different sites and get different odds.
Yeah, there's some danger to it though. You have to do it during TV timeouts though, right? And a lot of times, because if you do it like play to play, there could be some tomfoolery there.
The other thing too, Zaps, is I see the live line is Houston's -5 right now, so that's a good sign. Scrolling back up to see. Oh, you got them 4.5. For some reason, I thought they were underdogs, but I guess it's still a close game. Mud took a handful of props today, so glad that one hit. That one's already got to help keep the bankroll positive. Oh, yeah. No, Zap said he was on a college football game. Houston Tulane's playing right now. And I see Houston's -5, so that's got to be a good. Some slight value there from what he got it open. So nice drive or a nice result from Seattle, but most of that came from that key penalty for the pass interference.
It's not debatable though. It was like the most blatant PI we've seen.
Yeah.
So
it's just with how these flags are structured and how easy it is to get PI, I'm just surprised more teams don't try to do that. Because that just like this game's been pretty even, and that just turned it on its head.
Yeah, but he had the guy beat though. It was legit. Oh, you're doing the circa millions? Good for you, Zaps. You need a proxy to do that. I'd love to do that one year.
It looks like Henderson has some sort of elbow shoulder issue. Sony Michel's more than capable, though, of carrying a load.
Yeah, who knows? Like, he had a lot of abuse to his body, though, in his rookie season. Like, cause think about it. They won the Super Bowl, but he was the most used back in the playoffs and during the regular season, too. So,
I don't know, but after this game, Fac, I feel like you and I should go work on our snap counts.
yeah. Somehow I'll be the guy bent over. Really nice run here.
It just seems so unfair in college that Sony Michel and Nick Chubb were on the same team.
And Todd Gurley.
All three of them were there at the same time?
Only one
at
year.
One point?
Yeah. I like him to a point, Josh. The issue is I find the white to be like a dirty rag white. When are they gonna blow that whistle dead?
I like most teams' jerseys. I'm trying to think of ones that I don't like.
This
I
one,
think it's
Seattle.
I think the Lions like the gray jerseys. I really don't like those ones. I like the Seattle ones, but I like the eccentric. I like
I think
that
this
look.
green is the worst jersey in sports.
I don't. I think it's great.
I think it's horrible.
Yeah, it's like
Better
a butter.
I'm gonna get this off. Nice. These catches have been so contested. Kudos to the Seattle secondary. This has not been an easy ride.
He didn't even catch that with his hands. It's like he caught that with his face mask and wrists. He was just really, really lucky that Reed didn't make a play on that ball.
But he went down right away. Woods is the pro. Straight pro. There's a reason they kept him over Watkins.
Yeah, the color rush jerseys was. I feel like that's how these Seahawks ones were born, weren't they?
Probably. Okay, the best jersey in the NBA.
Just hurt himself, hurt his arm pretty badly. I don't think he's coming back in this game.
Sorry, I said NBA. Best jersey in the NFL, the all white Saints.
Yeah, those ones are pretty awesome. With the like gold and black trim.
The Raiders are pretty good too.
I just want to know what Larry King's NFL jersey would look like. I'm surprised that we haven't seen like a team that's gone with like a solid color, but then like the trim is multiple, like rainbow-esque trim. I think that would be an interesting look. Even Michelle split out wide there makes a play. This is a Sony Michelle drive, yeah.
Wow, they gave him a terrible spot.
It's a pretty nice advantage to be an NFL running back and get to come in like, on the fourth or fifth drive and just have that drive be focused on you. Because the defense is, not quite as fresh at the start of the game. I'm surprised they don't do this with more starting running backs, honestly, to like give like let's say the Cowboys, like why wouldn't you just give Pollard the first drive every game and then have Elliott come in and play more of a snaps after that? That's always been your contention,
and I don't mind it.
Like, think about if Derrick Henry just got to play the second half. Like, you could do a thing.
He pretty good in the second half.
He already does pretty good, but like, imagine if you get a fresh Derrick Henry to just play the second half of games. Like, it's interesting thing to think about.
It'd be a fun thing to play around with.
You could probably extend his career by 2 years if they started doing that.
Alabama made sure that that career is in jeopardy.
He's been
from the get-go.
Maybe the most durable running back though over his period.
Yeah, and I feel bad for him at 40. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah. Oh, he got paid.
Yeah, I know, but it's the sacrifice. I'm starting to wonder if it's worth it.
Well, what's the was it Borland from San Francisco? He sure made the decision quite early.
Yeah, he went early though. He could have got one contract in. I hope they go for it here. Don't kick a field goal.
Chris Borland was his name? Chris Borland
he played unbelievable. He was really good.
Shout out to Chris Borland if he's watching.
He's
Well,
in.
he
He's
convert.
in.
Sony Michel's the best running back playing in this game right now because of that conversion.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
I didn't think they were
true.
going to get this with all the pressure. That was some nice blocking by the Hogs up front. And that's key, man. Here, don't snap the ball here. You wait till the 2-minute warning. Please don't snap the ball here. Oh my
Not
god!
only
Are
do
we
they
joking?
Not only
Are
do they
we
snap the
joking?
ball, fat guy, they also managed to get a completion out of bounds.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you serious? Do you have any concept of time management? Oh, we gotta look. Yeah, so then I can't stand that. This is why I was so excited about the Chargers. I didn't see one of these gaffes the entire game. It was a perfectly coached game. And I like McVay. I think he's an innovative coach, and I think he's really good. But this type of garbage is how you lose games. Oh, my goodness. Why? Why would you snap that ball? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't.
Just to pull up what Jackson's talking about, here's what the color rush jerseys look like in the Jets-Bills game. For people that have a certain color blindness. You can barely tell.
I'm a dumb Canadian, and I know that. Come on now. I can't even. It's just like ugh. Like, how do you actively make decisions that, if you're anyone, that like actively are all should be obvious that you're lowering your team's chances of winning? Oh my goodness. There's no reason to do that.
I didn't even realize we were at that part of the game, and it's
Why?
very strange. It's very, very strange.
Am I crazy? Am I the one who's crazy here?
No, you're right. And it's just interesting to see.
You know what you want to do? You want to score with almost no time left. So you can go into the half 7-7, not score and then give them a minute on the clock.
The
holy
fat guy's extra upset because this is what I would do to him in Madden every single time, and he just knows what the feeling is because you just become hopeless.
Well, it's perfect. What, demoralizing your enemy? Isn't that what you want to do?
Yeah,
You think I didn't run? I ran the same clock management as you. I just wasn't as good at running the football as you in Madden, so I always lost, and that drove me nuts. I couldn't stop you either. And you'd have like one PA you'd get me on a game, and that'd be enough.
Jackson said McVay thinks he's cuter than Chase Daniels. Yeah, that's completely
He's wrong.
Mickey agrees. Fat guy almost as mad as when he lost in code names.
Check the scoreboard.
Oh,
yeah. The one time you won money, he cheated for you. Just so you know, Big Rye and Medium Rye cheated against me because I was too successful at that game. Just so you guys know.
All I heard was we won.
Oh my goodness, you legit cheated. Only guy not drinking at a party. Really cool.
It actually is quite cool.
It actually is. Yeah, you're right. This is actually like a good thing that it was a half a yard short. You're gonna take, yeah, and then Troy Aikman. Now they're talking about time off the clock. You know, it would already be at 58 seconds or 50 seconds right now, and you have 3 timeouts. Oh my goodness. You did drink enough for both of us. I probably drank enough for the whole party one of those nights.
So now do we get a Seattle timeout? Like, what do we get here from clock management? The best would be a Rams timeout, and then they decide to run it again. So Seattle uses their first timeout.
I thought they were going to sneak it there, and it seemed better to me.
Woods on Fuller.
Wow,
no.
Al Woods.
You know, the guard. They shifted everyone to the right one, and Woods just got the Like he just had the
Oddly, Mickey, Big Rye is a lot slower than I am, if you can actually believe that. However, the one time I wanted to get him, at least give him a couple dead legs, he got out of my back. I got up to go and get him, and I turned to run, and my back just seized right up, and then I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move, and then I think they were throwing stuff at me, and then I was stuck in like a sedentary standing position for like probably 3 or 4 minutes. It was really painful.
It was super super funny, Mickey, and it was like it was super funny and like super scary at the same time, because like fat guy could kill me in like 3 seconds if he wanted to, and he went to get up and his back seized, and it's like for me I couldn't tell, did he fake a seized back so I'd come and check on him to make sure he's okay, because then he'd have me, right? Like it's like a Venus flytrap.
We had one friend to buffer. I wanted a piece of him too, though.
Yeah.
That bald guy, I've beat him up before, though. He always deserved it, though.
So it was like you wanted to check on your friend to make sure he's okay, but at the same time you didn't want to get anywhere close to him because you weren't sure if you were gonna
be able
to tell about it.
Yeah. So the Rams score 3 points and leave time on the clock for the Seahawks. Just great.
And who started with the ball?
The Rams.
It's just terrible.
It's absolutely terrible.
So they ran a play, they ran 2 plays before they needed to. And those 2 plays could have translated to 2 more timeouts by Seattle, which wouldn't have happened because there's no way Seattle's taking timeouts, on a first down play for the Rams. So it's a real huge clock mismanagement here. And it's going to give Seattle a pretty healthy, what, like 120 seconds left?
It's no.
Or sorry, a minute 20 left on the clock.
60, 75, 80, yeah.
With 2 timeouts still. So
I can't. The bar has been set. Monday night. Brandon Staley. That's how you coach a football game.
And you know what's funny about this is like the Rams might force a turnover here, and then we're going to have egg on our face.
Yeah. Good. Let's gamble on that. Let's gamble on one side getting a turnover versus the Seahawks. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon. That's so funny.
Oh, John Stacy said, McVay's just thinking about the nightlife in Seattle like Urban did in Ohio.
Yeah.
How dumb is that? That Jacksonville locker room just has to be in shambles right now. Like, it's
I don't think it was good to start with, Big Rye.
I know, but like now it just can't be good at all. I remember the biggest thing they kept highlighting, or no, I might be mixing up coaching staffs. I'm mixing up with the Detroit. I just like how Detroit's big thing was that they all had ex-players, like
the coaching staff, as if that's good.
Yeah, like I don't know what that means.
Like, who cares?
What a nicely designed play. That was all to get the running back 1-on-1. I think is that Homer or is that DJ Dallas?
Dallas.
Interesting. I would have thought it would be Homer, but Dallas on that play.
This is what I mean about like you just know. I know this is going to happen.
What's Wilson doing here?
I'm behind you.
Now they're gonna have to use this second timeout. Yeah, I think you're a few seconds behind me today.
Which feed? I'm on TSN.
I'm on CTV too.
I'm switching.
So that wasn't great by Wilson. They took 20 seconds off the play clock and then ran essentially a draw. Mud saying DK time once again. Do you get to cash in twice if DK gets the first 2 touchdowns? I know that's not.
No.
I'm saying that tongue in cheek.
This is why, like, it's hard for me to bet against the newer age coaches that just time clock management and fourth down stuff and timeouts. Like, I guess that's in time clock. That's grounding, is it not?
I'm not sure. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what it is.
Oh my goodness, man.
Did they call hit to the head here?
Roughing the passer. I'm so sick of this stuff. I guess, man. Like,
Jerome Bogert making them big calls. Oh, it's
my goodness.
When they slow-mo that replay and it didn't look.
And then that's like potentially a field goal too. That's 2 now against the Rams.
Seattle gets to keep. Well, they didn't use a timeout there, but they still have a timeout.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was grounding anyways.
You don't usually see it when they throw it long like that.
There's no one in the area. He's inside the tackle box. Like, so the Rams, you took 7 minutes to do a drive, only to not use proper clock management to give up a high percentage field goal try against Seattle. You deserve to lose coaching like this, Sean. Holy smokes, man. I can handle losing fine, but making just like any 9-year-old who plays Madden would know not to do that. It's just so infuriating, especially I have such rose-colored glasses from the Chargers. You watch a perfect game. I'm going to say it 10 more times. You watch a perfect game, you're going to nitpick more.
Have you looked at the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury odds?
I saw Fury like minus 280 or so.
Yeah, he's minus 302. I'm a little surprised, but not like I don't know why I am. I figured it'd be more.
I don't know. Fighting is such a new thing. I want to watch it. I'll be honest. I usually don't care. Tony, they are beating themselves, but it's, Seattle hasn't done that well on offense either. I think I take another shot here. They should.
If done properly, they can take 2 shots at the end zone.
There's a bad hold there. There's a really bad hold there. There's no way. Yeah. No, that's a great question, John. That should be a 10-second runoff, though, like Mickey said. He wasn't even the only one. There was another hold that was bad. Like that, I think that's a lukewarm hold, to be honest. But there was another one. He pulled him right from the back. That's got to be it, though. It's gonna be 10-second runoff.
I definitely think the game would be better, John, if they went to
he might be right.
Madden upfield view.
They're not kicking a field goal? I guess.
They can still go to the end zone once. They'll definitely be throwing it probably Metcalf's way. Rams take defensive timeout.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think there was a different one, Zaps. I don't think that one was it. I saw on the other side of the angle. I guess they called it on that number, but a guy literally pulled a guy down from behind. So, but that was pretty lukewarm though. If that's the one that they used as a flag. What I want to know about, why isn't that a 10-second runoff?
I don't know. I don't really understand that
We
rule.
watch these games all the time and we still don't know. That's how great this sport is.
I guess because it like technically wasn't a sack. I don't fully understand what the rule is and how it's called. Like maybe if there's a completion and there's a hold, I don't know. I have no clue.
Know. They're really grasping. Seems dangerous from Seattle.
Well, they're gonna have to throw to the sideline here, just improve their yardage, and they do that. They have third down here, so they can do the same type of thing for a first down to give themselves one more shot at the end zone, but it looks like they're walking off the field and might be just kicking the field goal now. Yeah.
Well, clock wasn't running. Ah, Mickey, thank you. Thank you. I mean, we should know. Let's be real here. Wow. What a break for the Rams.
Did we get to see Matthew Stafford show off his arm strength on this play? And McVay gets to celebrate a bad decision with a good result.
That's just so bad. I'll be right back. I gotta check on my chicken.
All right, that sounds like some sort of metaphor.
Jackson, McVay clearly vindicated.
Yeah. Oh, great. We just got to see the fat guy's ass on screen. That was terrific. You guys can remember to timestamp this part of the video. Holy smokes. Yeah, the OU at half is going to be 36 points. Seahawks are minus 160 on the money line and minus 2.5 on the spread at minus 122. What's it, a four score game or 4-point game right now? 7-3, I believe, at half. So OU of 26 points in the second half is what they have it at. Yeah, yeah, no kidding, guys. Holy smokes. I don't even know if an apology is enough for what you guys just had to witness. You get, fat guys, low quality OnlyFans. You got me with the Larry King background. Thank you for sharing that, Mickey. Oh. Yeah, next week is our hard count drills. Oh my goodness. Oh, so great. Yeah, that doesn't get much better than that. Can't show your ass on a live. This is the best part, is that we can have that Edith song playing for like 10 seconds and it's going to get a copyright claim. Fat guy can have his bare ass on the screen for a few seconds. Nothing's going to happen. No one's ever going to know that or find out. It's just a weird time. That guy's trying to make all of us choke our chickens after that showing. Whatever happened to Glenn Fry? Is he still alive? No, he died in 2016. Big fan of of Beverly Hills Cop. Sorry, I was drawing a blank there for a second. I love that you guys shared that peach. That's so good. And I'm yeah, maybe for you, Mickey.
Oh, did my ass come out?
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Everyone came in. A bunch of super chats came in. We got about $4,000. Thanks for showing some ass.
Just like Tommy Wiseau, I gotta sell my ass to sell this movie. I think that's what he said.
That's unreal.
Oh, I'm wearing low risers today. Oh, I didn't think about that. Ooh.
Really lucky that Dylan wasn't here.
Oh fuck, he might have liked it.
Might have.
Excuse me. I guess we went adult anyways, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, 100% Jackson. I gotta find that quote from Tommy Wiseau though. Minus 170. Yikes.
Yeah, those room sex scenes they're art.
Lisa?
It's art for sure. Seahawks minus 170 on the live money line. Said Tony. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, they're minus 167 currently at Pinnacle. Been some really nice plays in this game. That Seahawks interception was really, really good. And the play by Ramsey as well to cause the turnover was really good. Since you're back, I'm going to try to keep my ass in my pants and grab some food.
That's so funny. This is a good quote. The saddest thing is that McVay will walk in the locker room at half thinking he did the right thing on that last drive because of FG miss. Yeah, it just that's the thing about like, it's almost unlucky that something lucky happened, because like people that are results based, they don't look on they have to look in terms of like, if it worked, therefore it's good, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of like uh who was it, Mike Smith on the Falcons? I thought he was a horrible coach, but he kept getting really good results, right? And it was very interesting at how do you know what I mean? Like how he believed what he was doing is right. My favorite moment in the room is they betray me. They didn't keep their promise. They tricked me, and I don't care anymore. Okay, here's the quote from Tommy Wiseau. I have to show my ass or this movie won't sell.
Oh my God. That's unreal. Did he do
So I
anything
guess
before The Room? Like, was he like well known, or like he's known from that, right?
no, he's
Just
like
trying to get some.
there's a lot of like, I would imagine. I don't know for sure. From what it seems like, there's a lot of wannabes, and I don't think that's a stretch for me to say. You know, people that have Hollywood dreams but not Hollywood chances. Let's put it that way. And he's one of those guys. I was trying to butcher it as much as I could, Jackson. They should instead of having a Nelly meal, they should have the Wendell Clark meal in Canada.
Yeah, what would
Same
that
relevance. Oh, someone got hit by a car.
How about the Wade Boggs meal, where you have to drink 70 beers and then take a cross-Atlantic flight and then hit a home run? One of my favorite episodes of It's Always Sunny.
Who was it? Who was another drunk that was Winston Churchill?
Who's the most famous drunk of all time?
Oh, Hunter S. Thompson. And he's a little bit more than a drunk. You know, he's famous for, you know, I guess. Betty Ford. You can go along. There's a lot of ways to go with that. And being a drunk, it depends on what decade it is. In the 50s, you'd have to work really hard to be a drunk in the 50s. Like men drank every day. Like that's just what they did. Yeah, Hemingway. There you go. There's a good one. Yeah. He was heroin too, Hemingway, right?
You guys are talking about Ernest Hemingway, right?
Yeah.
Just double
All
checking.
those beatniks. I love the fine china. John Daly, there's a home run. I like John Daly's a fun one though. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like sad. You know, like it's just John Daly. Yeah, that's a good one.
Does anybody not like John Daly?
I can imagine certain personality types not liking him. He's a little he's pretty freewheeling. I'm trying to think of like
I
really
love,
good drunks.
I love using the term freewheeling to describe John Daly.
Okay, if we're going football, yeah, his ex-wives. Joe Namath. Come on now. I mean, that's got to be up there. And then speaking of guys who probably have drinking problems, here's Aikman and Buck. They actually look like they're not hungover or in the middle of getting into it for once.
Turns out these are the only two guys that aren't sleepless in Seattle.
Between that's a good line.
That is really good.
Time of possession is 20 minutes to 10 for the Rams. It doesn't feel like that. Rams have had some pretty bad gaffes today, though. Like, you don't really deserve to win games playing like this. Like, you should be able to put up more than 3 points here. It's like interesting to me that like how performances work. Like, this team's putting up like the Seahawks a great fight on defense, where Chicago, who I think we could all agree on, has a lot more talent on defense than Seattle, and they just got lit up by the Rams. So, but I guess that's, coaching potentially. No flag, please.
Anything interesting from the sideline?
No,
reporters?
Christina Pink saying we got to do this better. We were good on offense, but we didn't score enough points. Like, same old. Man, these are tough. Wow, did Ramsey just pick him up really easily?
It looked like it.
Oh, nice.
Are they highlighting the
his finger? They just said it's okay, and
on his finger, yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of nothing burgers here. Oh, come on. They caught that? Wow, Penny Hart. What happened to Rashad? He got a terrible spot there. That was a first down, was it not?
It was close. Russell Wilson's got that nice like dart throw. He's done it twice now coming out of the
What happened to Rashad Penny?
He's been hurt like coming into the season.
What?
Yep.
That was a good first round draft pick. That was go ahead.
I completely disagree. I think Penny's been horrible. Like, this is a hill I'm willing to die on. And I don't know what you see in him, but
well, according to Pete Carroll, people wanted to trade for him right when they got him, and that's a good sign.
I probably would have thrown 2 7s for him or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Almost a break for the Rams.
If he had his hands like this, they're like the baby carrying you, that would have been a higher percentage. But how you're going to react the way you react?
I hit Aaron Donald in the helmet.
No way. That's it. If he's not down, that's grounding. It's that or grounding. He didn't even reach the line of scrimmage, so what difference would it have made anyways?
He was like watching the slow-mo replay, he was down for sure.
Yeah. But like the grounding rule needs to be enforced more. He's not even close to reaching a line of scrimmage either. So lucky they called it a sack. Lucky. I mean, good that they called it a sack. Well, now the Rams have a chance here. Don't blow it, right? This is what you want from a divisional matchup, though. It's been sloppy from both teams, though. It's close, at least. Nice. I haven't seen it yet. I like Michael Dixon. He's fun. Him and probably the two best punters in the league. Dixon and Hecker's the best for sure.
Inside the 5. Nice kick.
That was fantastic.
See how that ball is spinning as it hits the ground there? That's... I think special teams are truly underappreciated.
Yeah, totally.
Seahawks are dominating the yards per play in this game, says Mickey.
Okay, I have a question. If you could if you knew what Justin Tucker was going to be, where should he have been drafted? What round? What pick of what round? Like, what's the highest you could draft him?
I think he's a first-round player, to be honest.
I think he's a first-round pick. So do I.
I don't know. You know, it depends on who else is in that draft.
Yes, but hypothetically, using your...
He's better than most first-round picks. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Like, somewhere around the 20th pick, be 100% worth it.
You're also talking about the greatest kicker of all time.
Yes.
So it's...
But it puts some impetus on positional importance and ceiling, right?
A better question is, where would you draft Hecker?
Hecker?
Yeah.
Third round. Maybe late second. Les Snead, their own manager, says the best draft pick he ever made, 7th round. Mickey, bottom of first. There you go. Yeah, the Chargers are the best offensive and defensive team that didn't
I remember they were first in both.
Both.
But obviously, you're going to be first in both if you're giving up a special teams touchdown every game. Because it's like the points count against you, but it's like an automatic turnover because you get an extra possession.
How did that happen, though? Like,
what year what's Tucker's got to be what, like 9 years in the league now?
I think it's 9. We got to look it up.
Zap said Seahawks dominating yards per play and EPA per play, but only up 4. The Pete Carroll effect.
Yeah.
And Jackson said special teams definitely underappreciated and talked about the Chargers. The only team ever to be first in both. But it totally makes sense, right? Like, if your special teams are that bad, that means your defense is out for 1 less possession and your offense is out for 1 more possession. Like, if you give up that touchdown.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But, like, there still is some
There's more
like
to it.
it's more to it than just that, but it definitely helps give you, they might have been fifth in both if not for that. But they're
2012
still
for
really
Tucker.
good. 2012, so it's his 9th year. That's like the Janikowski thing, right? Because he was a first-round pick,
His 16th
but then he
overall,
ended
I
up
believe.
playing
21.
for a long time for the Raiders.
20 years. Yeah.
Hey, Tavian, welcome to the chat. I think they were first in yards. Like, it was one of those, like, NFL stats where it's like they were first in offense, first in defense. So they had the most yards.
Especially back then, they didn't have, like, actually good stats. Like,
yeah. It would definitely make a difference, Jackson. Like they were a good team. Like, they were definitely, top for both, or very close to being the top for both. It just helps that, those special, like, they gave up so many special teams touchdowns that it ends up being like 6 or 7 more possessions both ways. Like, think about over a season, like 7 possessions both ways could be the difference of what, 30, 40 yards each possession. So it's like 200 or 300 yards that get added on or subtracted depending on offense.
I think there's a flag. Nope. I thought I saw one. First down. Nice, Woods.
Yeah, they showed it in the game.
Yeah, I was
didn't
worried
see
for
like
him.
I didn't
The
see like a
talent on
full
his head?
clip of it.
He's probably filed down. At least I hope so.
I don't know. They usually catch him with those like big leather gloves, so. Just slightly overthrew Woods. I want to see a replay of where this was. It was kind of hard to see from that angle.
Maybe Stafford's finger is actually bothering him.
Probably.
I did see that yellow speck zaps. I don't know what that was. I thought it was a flag.
Stafford 15 for 23, 147 yards, and that interception in the back of the end zone.
What was that, too? Tough.
It looked like the pressure kind of got to him, and he kind of just was throwing to an area rather than throwing to a spot. But yeah, like Puna Ford pretty much got the hit off as he threw the ball. Seahawks were slow to exchange there. They're lucky that the pass rush got there. A low snap, but Stafford does well to get it. He's going to take a hit here. There's no way this is accurate, and it is.
This is scary, too. How far can he go? He ran out of gas on that play.
It almost looked like a hamstring thing. You know what's super heads up by Deshaun Jackson is he switched hands so it doesn't get punched out.
He's so good at moving, like, laterally. This is such a crazy play. Dude, old Jackson would have taken that to the house, I think.
Yeah. They got super fortunate there.
Oh, big time.
Because Stafford took a hit and pretty much just threw that ball up, and Jackson just has the, I guess, the best awareness out of all the guys down there.
I miss Carl Weathers. Action Jackson.
Yeah, while you were gone, I asked, whatever happened to Glenn Fry?
The heat's off.
The heat is off. He passed away 5 years ago.
He ran out of gas. That's so funny. And then now the announcer's even calling it out. Isn't he the old Jackson now? Yeah, it's fair to say.
Jamal Adams doing Jamal Adams things.
He's pretty good. Touchdown, Daryl. And plus 105 for Josh Allen. And his fantasy team gets a boost. And I'm happy with this touchdown.
Yeah, nice job, Josh. Some nice job with props today so far, as far as DK with the first touchdown, Henderson to get a touchdown.
Henderson was like a little bit hobbled too. Oh my.
Doink. All of a sudden that 2.5 becomes pretty important.
Oh no. Oh no, don't do this.
Is there what's the worst result for you?
Seahawks losing by 2. Or yeah. Rams by 2 is the worst result. I still, you know what, this isn't enough though, so it doesn't really matter. I don't, maybe not. Unless they trade points. I'm very skeptical of this Rams Rams offense. Like I do think there's a possibility they would be able to run the ball though very efficiently. Like the passing game, I think that was really lucky what happened with Sean Jackson. So I think the defense needs at least a strong stop.
Is Calvin Johnson in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he just got his first ballot.
Okay. I feel like he hasn't been out of the league that long, but
he has. He's in a financial tiff with the Lions right now.
Have a good night, Jackson. How?
About his last bonus money.
From 5 years ago?
Yep. They wanted him to do media appearances for it, and he didn't like that. I don't blame him.
Yeah. I think to just go on a tangent here, I think that Roberto Luongo has his last year of his Canucks contract.
Oh, really?
I think it's this season. It's the last year he counts towards the cap, which is just so funny.
How long ago did he retire?
Let me take a look. Because there's a really good... He retired in 2019. So what was so great about Luongo is that the Canucks signed him to this crazy contract. Like, it was one of those that's like 13 years, but like the last 6 or 7 years were all like less than $1 million. And it's how they would in the NHL. Oh, this is a bad mistake by the Rams, kicking the ball out of bounds. But to get back to the Luongo stuff, because it's interesting as far as like team building and stuff. So they did this to keep his average cap number low, and it was very, very short-sighted because after, eventually he left the team, and then they were stuck with this, paying out this contract and counting towards the cap for as long as his contract's up. So they're still paying like X amount of dollars per year for him. And when he retired, he was on a different team. If he decided to just retire, like said he was done, and really he had an injury. So if he had a medical retirement, then his contract would have been like essentially voided. But instead of going to the doctor and getting like a proper medical retirement to cancel that out, he essentially went out of his way to screw over the Canucks.
Well, they screwed him over.
I know, that's why I love it. Like that. Yeah, I think the Canucks deserve it for what they did to him and how they handled his situation for years. So just like it's so perfect to know like they're still paying for this decision that they made, 10 plus years ago. And I think it's terrific.
And Josh, you are right. I don't stuff that is standard that gets messed up. I can't. It doesn't work for me. This seems like it's not going to work out, and it will. Wow. Whew. Whew. How did he overthrow it? He had no follow through.
Wilson hurt his thumb or his middle finger here.
Oh, he broke his finger.
I don't want to see this. Hate this stuff.
He broke his finger, I think.
Something happened.
You see it? He looked like Anthony Munoz.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, he's got to come out. Oh, his finger's stuck.
Who's in? Is he in?
They popped it back in. Yeah, they ran it. Come on now. You didn't think he was going to...
And there's a flag on the play. The defense is saying it's on the offense.
What a boss, Russell Wilson. His finger was Anthony Munoz. Big time.
More like how the heck is a trainer that good at popping something back in like that so the guy can get back in
it's
within
like
40
10
seconds? Think about how much pressure there is on the doctor.
Look at that.
Oh,
man.
Do they really need to show that?
Anthony Munoz. Dude, and the guy just says, just pop it back in. I love stuff like that. And then this is my argument. You have Will Fuller, who has his finger broken or whatever. Who's the other one? Calf injury from Garoppolo. Oh, man. Calf injury, please. Calf injury? It's not good enough for me, but it's got to be something worse. That looks bad. Wow.
Garoppolo is a bruise.
It's a bruise?
I think so. That's what I saw. I don't know if there's been an update or further information.
Wow, this game got really interesting. Two quarterbacks with finger injuries.
Yeah. The OU's at 33.5. I wonder how much they take, like how do you account for an injury like that to a live line?
I don't, it's weird. Is it down? Off the board would make sense to me.
No, it's 33.5. I've seen I got to experience in the UFC. Like between rounds, you can bet live lines, and like you can hear guys saying stuff. Like you get to be in the corner sometimes with some of these guys, and guys will be like, "Oh, I broke my leg" or whatever. It's like they're still fighting. They're gonna go out there, but like if you know a guy's gonna have, like a pretty serious injury or something happening to him.
I am impressed.
Well, we'll see if he can come out and play.
They got Bone Crusher in the back. I ain't never scared. All right.
I'm trying to remember. We went to a Seahawks game and they played that Get Out of Your Mind song probably like 15, 20 times. Oh, man. Poona Ford got through easy. Stafford throws it away.
Nothing wrong with that.
This is a division barn burner.
This defense has played fantastic. And this is a weird game, Mickey. They're going to get a penalty here. Wow, I thought some procedure was coming.
Play by Henderson.
Picking up that? He's had to do that a couple times.
I want to see that replay. That was so... As far as running back stuff goes, it doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't.
Watch this. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Against Bobby Wagner? That might be the best play by a Rams player today.
Yeah, outside of maybe the Ramsey.
Wow.
Ramsey had the nice intercept or nice pass defended, and then Robert Woods also had that circus catch.
Yeah, he's
had the start of the game.
Woods is pretty good, man.
But that block was to recognize where it's coming from, get into position, and make the block. That's so incredibly tough to do for most running backs. Woods has quietly put up 123 yards.
Yeah. But isn't that a good moniker for his career? Woods has quietly put up 1,000 yards.
It's pretty spot on.
Isn't it weird how this center holds the ball? Like he rolls it on the ground. Wow!
Again.
Wow!
Henderson breaking.
Look at that yellow thing on the field, and what a run! Are we serious?
Henderson looks tired after that run, but that was great.
Okay, need I remind you? This is the Rams' backup running back. Cam Akers was the starter. Oh, you see that block from Cooper Kupp? Holy,
definitely helped.
I can get on board when we get blocking like that in multiple plays. Higbee's in the game?
I thought he was done after watching him run off with his arm like that. So maybe he was like a dislocated shoulder and they popped it back in. I kind of wish I got to see that Cup block again because I didn't fully catch it.
Oh, buddy, he smoked Adams.
It looks like they're taking advantage of Adams in the secondary.
Well, Adams might be a linebacker, really.
Yeah.
It's interesting they didn't go for two there. I guess not. It's two possessions. I don't know what the analytics would say.
I think it would say extra point to go up 8 to 9.
I like those light linebackers. They tried that experiment. Who was the first one? Deion Buchanan. It didn't work on Arizona, but
did they say what happened to Higbee? Because he came running off the field and he looked.
Arm was dangling. So yeah, I don't know. This is a weird game. I don't think the Rams deserve to be up. It's good for me, but like. I don't know. Like it just feels weird. I'm not impressed with the coaching done so far on either side of the ball. That's why, like guys, I pumped up Kevin Stefanski, and this is why. It's maybe okay. You could make an argument that perhaps Carroll and McVay get their guys ready, but like how much more ready could they make the guy, like, or how much better could their game planning or like rallying the troops as far as Pete Carroll goes, over someone who makes perfect analytical decisions, near perfect, right? Like, it's just hard to say that those guys don't have an edge, right?
I just pulled up Roto World, and speaking of hyperbole, but Jay Glazer said there's a 1,000,000% chance he expects Russell Wilson to seek a trade in the offseason. So talk about lighting a fire with.
When he just said it now?
Just, I don't know. He must have said it on like the pregame show or something like that. Raiders have moved, or at least Alex Leatherwood was practicing at right guard on Thursday.
Yeah. The first round pick too. That's not a good look. He got rolled on though against Joey Bosa on Monday. I want to know, where they draft Henderson and Cam Akers.
Listen to this. Roto-World just said that the Raiders front office situation is arguably the worst in all of football. Holy, that's pretty rough. Considering,
what are they saying? It's an opinion, but
well, that's it. That's the last line of this, because they drafted Alex Leatherwood. That's what they're saying.
That's you and I don't care for that.
I'm just reading. I can't believe some of the stuff I'm seeing.
Yeah. I haven't read Roto in a while, which I used to do daily.
Yeah. This is like seeing how Russell Wilson is, how his hand
handling
is,
himself.
Well, just to see like the health and quality of his finger here is going to be interesting. He's still playing, like he's making these throws and playing with his finger. I don't know if he's adjusting the tape or. I guess that makes sense, Mickey. I hate to speculate about like off-field stuff or like what's going on with like contracts or happiness of players, like all that stuff. Talking about Russell Wilson is a way to sell whatever they're doing. It's like the Rodgers stuff, right? Like I'll believe it when I see it.
They're short a secondary player up there.
So pitch and catch there to the tight end.
Excuse me, guys. Holy.
Is Geno Smith really the backup in Seattle?
Yeah.
We haven't seen him play for a while, but it was I know
not
Fat
good
Guy
when he did.
Really disliked Geno Smith.
I did not think he was good. We ended up betting on him enough, though.
Oh, man.
He's down.
He wasn't, but he was the second time. That was something.
That was nice from Ramsey, man.
Yeah. Like Metcalf was open, but it's still impressive that he's able to
even be in tackling distance.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well, talk about this game being wild.
It's just a block.
Yeah, but he got the kickoff, and like this turned out to be better. Like Dixon just made an major highlight play. There's a flag though, so who knows what's going to happen with this flag. Because that's a clean block. And then is Dixon...
you can't kick it again.
You can't?
No.
I always thought you could.
The referee just said it. I think it's a CFL thing. That's crazy though. This is by far the weirdest football game I can remember watching. Obviously, our memories aren't as good. I loved his idea.
So Mickey's saying you can't do that. So I didn't know that.
The refs don't even know what's going on.
Well, don't you think the punter would?
I would probably. Like, have you ever even seen a play like this? Look at that ball spin. They're forcing another kick so you can get a that's so bizarre. It should be the Rams ball at the 10 if it's a penalty. What? They just got, you can't hear this, Big Rye. They just had the other referee, the TV referee say how this isn't. He just spent the entire time saying you can't do this. This is pretty lucky for Seattle. That's a great play, and it was cool, though.
So they get the guy from New York saying you can't punt it twice.
Yes.
And then they just...
Yeah. So this is a total clown show from the NFL.
Can, like...
They don't know. McVay doesn't know whether to challenge or not.
Well, it's like, can you challenge that?
Can you? Yeah,
like,
we don't know.
Right?
He knows that you should phone Bill Belichick what the rules are. That could have been such a big play for the Rams, like game-ending play, and it turns into a huge positive for Seattle.
So what was the actual distance on that punt?
Well, 20-20.
Also,
20
look, he might have crossed the line of scrimmage.
Oh man, now it's so lucky from
Yeah, Jake just said it too.
What a complete joke.
Oh my God.
And how lucky is that?
This game is
how
wild.
Lucky is that?
This game is insane right now. Holy smokes.
I don't get it. None of this makes sense. There's no simulation that could have. What?
He didn't even see the ball until after it was tipped.
Like, okay, you're like, how unlucky could the Rams be? And then
he didn't even get his head turned around till after the ball was tipped.
Oh my goodness.
Stafford's
they gotta
like,
be careful, man.
I got a little lucky with that one.
A little lucky, yeah. Like, I'm surprised his reaction is so reserved. This guy is running like it's fantastic. I ran out of like adjectives or superlatives.
Something
so strong.
Something I've heard is amok. He's running amok.
Running amok. Yeah, it's a way of putting it. Yeah.
I always like. No one ever uses the word amok unless they use running first.
Oh, Mickey, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
This is low-hanging fruit, but Untouchable really can't smell anything right now.
How is he doing anyways?
No, haven't heard from him in a few days. Rams almost snapped the ball at the end of the quarter.
What a calamity. Like, what's going on? I'll be right back.
Okay. I missed it there, but I think I'm lucky. Live line is Seahawks plus 8.5 at minus 121. The live money line is Rams minus 770, Seahawks plus 545, and the OU's at 36.5. More juice on the under at minus 115. The replacement ref season, yeah. Was that game in Green Bay or Seattle with the Fail Mary, where the one guy called it incomplete and the other guy called it a touchdown at the exact same time? That stuff was just wild. It's the only time you're ever going to see both sides cheer for the game to end on the last second play. Yeah, in Seattle, so there's something wrong with Seattle when Aikman and Buck look like they're all together and the refs aren't. And you know there's something wrong. So coming back from break, they're highlighting that Seattle's been not very productive on offense in the second half. Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll just had a conversation, so I guess we'll get to see who's playing this fourth quarter for Seattle.
Big third down here.
I don't know. Is it Lumen Field now in Seattle? I've never heard that until now.
Me neither. All we saw was Quest.
Ooh, Deshaun almost adjusted to that.
Oh, I don't know. Why are they going so deep? Like, are you trying to win the game? Like,
I guess it's just.
He had Robert Woods, man.
I don't know. It's been just weird.
Like
weird
what?
Decisions.
Like what was that? Why are you going? I don't get it. None of this game. This is a really poorly coached game
for both teams.
Both, unbelievably.
Really nice punt coverage. It's been a game of bad coaching and tremendous plays by players.
And extraordinary plays, like almost weird ones, like happenstance plays though a lot.
Yeah, we're watching a punter's duel tonight. Seahawks plus 8.5 is minus 182. If Geno Smith comes out for this drive, it'd be hard not to jump on the Rams. Especially at 8.5, right? Because it's a 9-point game right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. They need to add punters to fantasy football. How exciting would it be? You know, like a 60-yard punt is worth 6 points, something like that. Oh, man. That would throw so much of a curveball into drafting.
Well, you got your wish.
This is like it's really tough if Geno Smith is playing the rest of this game. Like watch him come back and
all
win
you
it.
need is a hold in the end zone.
I just saw Rams minus 8.5 at plus 115. I don't know how you can keep this line as what it is with Geno Smith.
We're actually going to see the Seahawks play with like the bare bone, the skeleton of the Seahawks. Oh, it's against Ramsey. Yeah.
Rams minus 8.5 is plus 150. Oh man.
Even after that. Oh, that was so lame. I guess technically. I mean, it's yeah. So this is the weirdest game. Nothing what I said more than usual what I say makes less sense. Are we serious?
Well, I was gonna say it's got to be these guys making big plays like from these short catches. To me, that's really the only way it's gonna work for Seattle. They're going up tempo here with Geno Smith.
Yeah, one completion exactly in a flag.
I don't know why he started like the running back was one of his first part of his progression, which just felt weird.
Are they better off with Geno Smith than a hurt Russell Wilson? Wow, that was a good catch.
You know, if he's hurt enough, yes, but you know, we're going to get a 99-yard touchdown drive here from Geno Smith to
Are we?
That's you know, he's cooking. What else are you going to do?
They score here?
No, I don't know. I'm the same spot as you.
Oh.
I'm speaking in hyperbole and
Well, I don't know. It's plausible.
Russell Wilson still has his helmet on and is holding a football. So like
where are they going to spot that?
Oh man. Rams minus 8.5 plus 230. Holy. I guess there's always the danger of the Rams not trying to score again, even if Seattle gets a field goal.
It's 12 minutes, Big Rye. Where are they spotting? The ref just added a yard to his own thing. He gave him a bad spot, and then it's so weird. So arbitrary. Third and 1? That's a pretty generous. First it was a bad spot, now it's a good spot. Wow, what a game. Most interesting thing. He got it.
We'll see where the spot is.
That might be a flag on 72, but I like that they let the rough stuff go. Yeah, he slammed him, so that's a first down. Geno Smith is pitching a perfect game right now. This defense looks tired. It's just like a weird dog fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's as ugly as all hell.
If I'm Seattle, I'm running the ball as much as I can.
Well, I mean, you give any quarterback enough time, they're going to make plays.
I just saw Rams minus 8.5 was plus 326.
Well, their chances of them scoring is really high now.
I know, it's so hard not to bet against Geno Smith.
If I lose this spread bet to Geno Smith and a missed pat, holy. There you are. 96
I am the
yard
ultimate Geno
drive
doubter.
from Geno Smith.
I'm pretty sure Geno Smith was the quarterback that threw the second pick six, or the pick six for the reverse backdoor cover against Talib, if I'm not mistaken.
Denver. I can't believe this. This is going to be one of my weirdest losses ever if it comes to fruition.
Since Gino Vanelli. Gino Vanelli still alive, kicking it at 69 years old.
It's a fun year.
I think Fat Guy's favorite Gino's probably Gino Purple.
Absolutely.
And then mine's obviously going to be Gino Retta. Yeah, Jake said, I didn't know Gino was still in the NFL. I'm trying to remember the last time we got to see him play. So instead of just guessing, we could look it up. His last start was in 2017. He's only thrown 9 passes in the last 4 years.
I'm in shock. I'm in complete shock.
Does Gino outlive Chase Daniel? I don't know. I do not know. Geno Smith, 29 touchdowns to 36 interceptions in his career.
And the blocked punt that got kicked back out, how does that happen?
So he started all 16 games for the Jets. They went 8-8 his first year, and he had took 43 sacks.
98-yard drive. I don't like this returner.
Tutu Atwell.
Geno Smith's perfect. 98 yards. This guy's pumped.
Yeah, good for him. I'm happy for him.
Wow. Man, that guy's playing real well.
Was it Puna Ford again? I missed that play.
Yeah. Blitz pickup. Did you see that blitz pickup by the running back?
I saw the blitzer come in. I want to see the
Oh,
pickup.
man.
Sony Michel. Oh, yeah. That's really good.
That's a pro right there. Hello, pro.
But that's why you trade for a guy like Michel, right?
Yeah.
Like, because he would be playing.
He's been in that moment, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, who was the other backup that the Rams had before they made the trade for Michel?
Malcolm Brown. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest game. I don't get it.
I like it wasn't a good result, but I like the Rams should just run the ball.
Yeah.
For the next X amount of plays.
You got to get like 2 or 3 a carry though, right? Like
it is only a 2-point game, so I'm not completely taking that into consideration, but just a game against the clock.
Need to score a touchdown and just end it.
The OU right now is at 30. Or like the score is at 30, I should say. I don't know what the live OU is. Down to the
They
one.
got to get that stuff off the field. What are they doing?
I don't know. This has got to be Sony Michel time.
Yeah.
Down at the goal line with how he's played so
Darrell
far.
Henderson.
Henderson as well.
Henderson more so, I would think.
They've got Michel out there. They're going. I
got
a feeling this is either going to Cup or Higbee. No, Michel walks in.
Wow. Touchdown, Rams. What is going on this game? And then the Rams somehow have their best drive of the game. Smith's coming out again.
I want to know how Higbee beats that linebacker so easily.
And that the 28 behind him like somehow got blocked by the back.
Extra point is good from the Rams, so it's back to a 9-point game.
What's the live line?
8.5.
Yeah.
Minus 203 on the Seahawks.
Wow, so they're very favored to score some points.
Yeah, the live OU is at 45.5. Which is interesting considering the score of the game right now is 37.
So they like a Seahawks touchdown.
Yeah.
And this extra point miss.
Or the other way around, right?
Yeah.
It's
a high
defensive.
variance. Yeah, but
I think
that's really
so.
low. They might do one of those weird things where they just try and kick a field goal really quickly.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of like different scenarios because it is a 2-score game. So, though there isn't like a huge pressure to score a touchdown. But like I don't know. That first drive from Gino looked pretty good, but I'm still doubting.
Third down though, that PI. Wow. He didn't. They didn't get much pressure though. The Rams D, like, they didn't. Like,
well, they got hit in the mouth strategically. That's what it felt like on that drive. So I'm wondering if they make adjustments this drive.
I don't know. By the sounds of the odds, they just might be tired. Like, there's no way around. There's no dressing up a tired defense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, Rams kicking off.
He kicked it out of bounds. Are we joking?
Goodness.
That's the second time, man. You've missed a pat and you've kicked it out of bounds twice. What are you trying to do? I can't. Man.
Does this game, like, I know this is just like knee-jerk reaction, but like, how strong do you think the Rams are? Because some people had them as like the best team in the league, 2 weeks ago.
I had them up there too. I can't knee-jerk to it. This is just a really poor performance, despite probably picking up the W. But like, if you keep making bad decisions, like obviously they told him to kick it out that way again, right? Mm-hmm. And okay, maybe it's unlikely that he's going to miss one kick, but like it's the third one, right? I don't know. It's maybe we're just being too harsh because but then like, here's an example that's interesting, is like the clock management stuff. That's not an error, or a mistake. It's a blatant error, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like hard for me to sign off on these teams when you have like the Browns on the cutting edge and the Chargers. Yeah, Arizona looking good too. Yeah, another team. And the Bucks are well managed too. And the Chiefs, it's hard. Like, I don't know. Like, can I just get a stop here? Man, he's actually commanding the line a little bit. Why is the clock running? Either or. That'll help a little bit.
This is
you can't look at those, eh?
It's so I just don't get why they need to show it. Like, we get it.
that Michelle who caught that? That was pretty athletic.
Yeah, that guy should be in the league.
Yeah. This is looking okay for a backup quarterback. It's been fine.
It's been stellar. The offense
Yeah.
has been better since he's come in.
I mean, the sample size is so small, but like they seem relatively calm. They scored a 96-yard drive. I mean, what is he, Aaron Rodgers?
Really good job there on this play. But the blitzer showed early.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been 4 years since we've seen Geno Smith play, but so far so good.
Oh, yeah, a lot of practice reps, I guess. Help. 3rd and 10 here. Can you get it? Can you stop him? Oh, Aaron Donald's tired, man.
Seahawks are losing valuable time.
If you don't have a 4th quarter pass rush, it's tough to win. Oh! I thought that was going to be a sack fumble. He almost got the ball, that pass rusher.
Well, that's the one thing is that that we really disliked about Geno Smith is that his pocket, like his awareness in the pocket is just,
look at this.
It's really, really bad. And that ball did get...
Oh, my goodness. How close was that?
Yep.
Nice grip by Geno.
I think they will, Mickey. Like if they, like I guess it depends where that 4th down play is. If they get to that 4th down. Did the Rams just take a timeout? I'm guessing this is a defensive timeout to rest these guys that are just gassed. Because
I'm fine with that.
really good play call for what they just went up against. Collins has been showing really good body control on some of these runs.
This is how I'm going to lose. Unbelievable. You can give up the quick score, Troy. I mean, I guess not.
I got a feeling Williams is hurt, but like they're taking their time there to get their breath back for sure. Now Wilson wants in. Did we just witness the last game Russell Wilson's ever going to play for the Seattle Seahawks?
No way.
I don't know if Gino Vanelli can get them back in this one. Anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
I want to know what the prop was on a Geno Smith passing touchdown. Yeah, breaking news. Exactly, Mud. Extra long commercial break, it feels like. There's like 3:30 left on the clock. I think the Rams took a defensive timeout. Other than that, the Rams still have 2 timeouts and Seahawks have all 3. Seahawks are down 9, so they need 2 scores to get back in this game. 3:23
Rams
left
might
on
let
the
him
clock.
score a touchdown. That's dangerous, though.
Oh,
he might have been knocked out. Can we get a turnover here?
Rams are in zone.
Rochelle barely making that play.
Yeah, they've been attacking Rochelle down here in the red zone.
He might have just got lucky there.
Yeah, it would have been really, really tough for Lockett to get both feet down if he did make that catch. .302
now
left.
It's Rochelle on Metcalf.
All right, they come out 4 wide here. They got a tight end at the bottom lined up against Ramsey. I want to know what happened here because all 4 guys got up confused.
No way. That Freddie Swain hit Ramsey. I mean, I guess Ramsey hit a pick.
I'm fine with no flag there.
Yeah.
Seahawks lining up for the kick.
Troy Aikman. And this has to be made.
Yeah, he's on to something. We have a 6-point game.
He's not wrong. I love it, Mud. Absolutely. He's not wrong.
It's quite something when they've got Zach Wilson as the feature player for Jets Falcons. But I'm joking about it, but I've actually tuned into a lot of Jets games just to see how he's doing. So. All right, so it's a 6-point game. There's 2:45 left on the clock. Seahawks have all 3 timeouts. What do you think we see from the Rams? Like, are we going to get the standard run the ball?
Pass. I wouldn't be surprised if they pass. This is one of the ugliest games I've watched. Between like two supposed competent teams. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mud thinks passing. There's been 40 points put up between these two teams. Yeah. Sean will try to outthink the tradition. Yeah. Rams were even lined up to receive an onside kick there.
Go down, Cooper. Returning it does nothing. Yeah, he did basically that.
There's a reason why Cup's returning that one.
Yeah. The sure hand, not the other guy. Yeah.
It was close, Zaps. I don't think Locke would have been able to get that second foot down, but
I don't think he could have. I don't think so.
He tried. Lockett's made so many key catches that it's like you almost expect it from a guy like him. It's like the Antonio Brown stuff.
Go down.
Henderson gashes him for a first down, so I'm guessing the Seahawks are going to use their first timeout here.
It's so funny. Giving up 11 is better than giving up 9.
Yeah.
Jordan Brooks got mugged.
Not too often you see a lineman like 20 yards down the field on a...
Like correctly. Like he was engaged in a block the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that. Betting against whoever Chris is for.
Yeah, it's pretty simple though. We gotta, it's you know, he's probably going to be 50% right, 50% wrong.
Well, he's going to hype up the teams that are being hyped up everywhere. So it's not even just Chris. It's everybody. Chris's job is to just be nice about everyone.
No, be careful.
So Seahawks use their final timeout. A first down with a moving clock. It wins this game. We're probably going to see a passing play here if I had to guess.
Yeah. I think you should. It's just to win the game, right?
I would like to see a double reverse where they throw to the quarterback on the far side, but
Yeah.
we're not going to get that here. They're highlighting Adams, who's pretty much marked up on probably the running back or tight end. Oh, he's coming with pressure. And they don't get this playoff. And I think a lot of that is because of Jamal Adams, to be honest. The line looked like they hesitated.
Took a timeout, right? Okay. Okay, McVay. Okay, McVay. You caught this one. Good job. It's the most crucial play of the game. There we go. There's some good coaching. There's some good coaching. A lot of area in the middle of the field. This is crazy.
Who is 8 on the Seahawks?
Carlos Dunlap, I think.
Oh, my goodness. He looks huge out there. I don't remember Carlos Dunlap being so tall.
Oh man, that's to save the game.
Seahawks still have a chance here.
This is crazy. What a crazy game. Wow, I thought they were going to get it. Felt that way.
Jake brings up a good point about that double punt being a huge deal.
Massive, man. So many like that.
The coverage is so soft from the Rams here.
That's game. Gino doing Gino things.
Yep. It's
Woo! What a sweat.
This game isn't quite over because that just happened on the wrong side of the 2-minute warning. And that's pretty unfortunate for Tyler Lockett. Yeah, sad way to have it end, said Mudd. It looked like Lockett got, tackled in the middle of the field there.
What an exciting... This is one of the weirdest and most... I don't know. Can you think of words to describe this game? It's just so weird.
I think it was underwhelming from both sides. Oh, maybe he didn't get hit. That's a... Lockett sure tried to sell that.
Lockett had such a bad hairline.
Yeah. Gino back to relevancy.
It's so easy to go from 0 to hero and back again.
Gino did Gino played great. And I don't even think that last one's on him. Lockett, I don't know if he fell or what the hell happened there, but he just didn't work out for him. 2-possession game with a field goal. Yep. The they just got on the wrong side of this 2-minute warning. Like, it'll be interesting to see what the Rams decide to do here. Like, if they actually run the ball.
How far can they take it down?
To 40 seconds.
You might as well run the ball then.
They need a first down ends the game. They're in field goal range as well. So the best thing for Seattle is they get the stop and then the Rams miss a field goal. And they go with the toss. Yeah. Holy smokes.
Are we joking? They go with a toss? And now Austin Corbett's hurt. They go with a toss? Can you?
I don't know.
Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Why add a percent? You know what I mean? Stafford audible to a pitch? Oh.
I was just going to say that's the world's shortest 2-minute warning, but they still haven't got the play in.
I can't. It's just so weird.
Yeah, Mud put it in perspective. We only need a fumble to cap this game off. I've seen very, very lucky things happen for the Seattle Seahawks time and time again, so this game's not over till it's over. Which coach is that they're highlighting on the Rams sideline?
Wide receivers coach or offensive coordinator.
I guess teams just sell out on the run here, but it really feels like for clock killing time, this is what you usually get.
Rams might pass this. They're going to take a timeout at nothing, and they might actually throw a pass. This is crazy.
No, they should run the ball here. Like, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be able to get this down to... They got to get the field goal unit out there. There's no timeouts on either side. You kind of want some hustle. They're going to be able to kick this with what? They can get the clock down to like 24 or so.
With the kick, 20 seconds then? Yeah.
Depends how close they get this to the one. Just barely in. All of a sudden, the like I saw live lines for Rams plus or minus 8.5 at like 300, 400, 500 prices, and now all of a sudden that looks like the most likely outcome. This is now a 2-possession game, so this one is pretty much on ice.
Well, not for the spread.
Hawks plus 8.5 teasers dead. Yeah, that sucks. Smoke route to DK is what Mickey's calling for. You remember that Tyreek Hill play where he scored at the end of the first half, I believe?
Yes.
We get a touchback here. You think Seattle just comes out and runs a draw or takes a kneel, or they try to make a game of this?
You know? Somehow, like, I happen to be on the right side of it financially. Somehow I don't feel like I've won. I still haven't technically won yet.
Yeah, like any big play can happen. I know that that 2-point is a big one for you.
Yeah. That's not that easy aside from the Jags. Like there's very few there aren't really easy games in the NFL, but
well, Steelers and Saints, like, they look more daunting than it actually is.
Yeah.
But like
It's not,
you're
it's
right.
like,
there's no like, you know, you're winning this game. Even the Jags in turmoil is like, you never know. Well, this one's coming back 5 yards.
Clock. All right, finally, clock is not running.
Mickey said, "I feel like I lost." Surprising to not see things sway Seattle's way
Yeah,
somehow.
I always feel that way.
John.
Yeah.
But Geno Smith is like the anti-Seahawks luck.
He had a good game, all things considered. Yeah, you just take a knee here, actually. They're actually doing this.
Yeah, Dwayne Brown jumped. This play, however unlikely it is, Travis Homer yards and Geno Smith completion and yards was fantasy relevant to someone somewhere. This is the thing that sucks, right? Guys can get hurt on those kind of plays. Just so, you know, I guess it's what you sign up for. It just sucks if that's how it happens. Well, that's the game. Do you remember who we took in the contest?
Rams. I'm pretty sure. Wow. Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm going to have dinner now. That was fantastic, Big Rye. Thank you all. Holy.
Yeah, you have a good dinner, and thanks everyone for joining us. Wild game, can't wait for Jets Falcons, says Mud.
Yeah.
That's even I can't say that's 5-star. Maybe like 4.5. 4.5 stars,
Yeah.
and that's only because the early start. But thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate it as always, spending your hard-earned time with us. But thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys on Sunday night for the NFL picks.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Saturday's going to be the day for me. Yeah, peace, John. Have a good night, Mud. 5-star entertainment as always. Have a good night, guys.